And probably the final stimulus package. Fox 24's Andrew Epperson tells us why some community members say the needs are many and the money's few.
It's just crazy out there. You know, it's traumatizing people.
Thomas Talenza lives in Springdale, and he says COVID-19's hit the Marshallese community particularly hard.
It makes me sad, and I'm like, why is it happening here, man? Come on, this is America, you know?
Talenza's part of the People's Pantry, a group that feeds people who need it. And a lot of people need it.
There are people that have been messaging me, hey, do you guys pay for rent? Oh, you know, we don't have that capacity to, you know.
A lot of the details within the package are really to provide relief for what happened last year.
Wednesday, the U.S. Congress passed a $1.9 trillion stimulus package, and President Biden will sign it Friday. It'll send $1,400 checks to people making under $75K and set aside more than $20 billion for emergency rental assistance, along with extended unemployment benefits. University of Arkansas economist Mervyn Jebaraj says this is huge.
It's going to be relief. It's going to help them catch back on rent and mortgage payments so that they're not turned out of their houses or wherever they're living.
Talenza says the last two checks only went so far.
There's a lot of people that haven't received theirs yet.
But he hopes this helps to chip away at the problems caused by COVID-19.
People are hungry. We need to get this fixed.
Andrew Epperson, Fox 24 News.
Thank you, Andrew. And Fox 24 is going to take you further now. We're going to bring in Andrew Epperson now in studio. There's a lot of stuff in the stimulus package, Andrew. You spoke with the economist. Where does he say Arkansas will see the biggest impact?
Yeah, Mervyn Jebaraj points to the expanded child tax credit, which experts say will cut child poverty rates in half. Jebaraj says around 48,000 Arkansas kids will move above the poverty line. 9 out of every 10 households with kids will see more money because of this. He says in the future this will be a monthly payment instead of a lump sum. This will pay for food, clothing, child care, stuff like that. A lot of other countries have done this successfully, Jebaraj says, so this is the first installment in that plan.
And what about funding for bars and restaurants, Andrew?
Yeah, Jebaraj says PPP loans help small businesses, but most of that money went to salaries. But people weren't going out, so that proved problematic. This bill gives about $29 billion in grants for restaurants and bars, a much bigger chunk than former stimulus packages. Now, this also means spots that lost half of their revenue can get it back through a grant. Jebaraj says this is more important than PPP to keep these places open after the pandemic. They're still struggling, but it at least gives a bump. More on restaurants later in the newscast, Mike.
Yes, thank you so much, Andrew. We will have more from that by Andrew Epperson. Appreciate that, Andrew, in studio reporting.